Right mates, how's it going? In today's video, chapter 13 of Arthas, Rise of the Lich King. It's a shorter chapter today, which basically all takes place in the same location. Jaina's dealing with some stuff, so let's go! 3 days after Arthas and his men had rampaged through the streets of Stratholme, Lady Jaina Proudmoore was now in that same city, seeing the aftermath for herself. The stench was almost unbearable, and the fires were still raging, despite the fact that it had been a few days and they should have gone out by now, which only led Jaina to believe that there was definitely some dark magic afoot. Most of the civilians lay as they had fallen, most of them unarmed, with a look of horror on their faces, and Jaina's eyes filled with tears as she made her way past the broken and beaten bodies, especially the small children ones, with rib cages caved in, or heads that had exploded from blunt force trauma. Was Arthas right? Would these bodies have risen as undead if he had not murdered them? Some of them, yeah, probably. But they'd never know for certain if every single one of them were infected. How the bloody hell could he have done this? Jaina and Arthas had spoken since his murdering spree, only a day and a half ago, and as much as she didn't want to recall that conversation, she couldn't help it, so let's have a flashback. Jaina, I ask you again, come with me. I saved the city's inhabitants from becoming Mal'Ganis' slaves, but at the last minute he got away. He's in Northrend. Come with me. Arthas, it's a trap. He's a demon lord. If he was powerful enough to elude you in Stratholme, he's definitely going to defeat you in his own territory. Don't go. You denied me at Stratholme, turned against me when I needed your support, and now you refuse me again. F*** you bitch! I'm going to Northrend, Jaina, with or without you. There was absolutely no convincing him. His mind was set. Jaina Proudmoore. Uther's voice startled Jaina, forcing her back to the present, and although he'd made her jump, she was kind of relieved to hear a friendly and familiar voice. And as Uther approached, he noted the tears streaming down Jaina's face. He didn't say anything, but he did grasp her arms reassuringly. Thought I might find you here. Where's he gone, girl? Where's Arthas taken the fleet? The fleet? He's commandeered all of Lordaeron's ships, sent only the briefest of messages to his own father. We don't even know why the men obeyed without direct orders from their commanders. Because he's their prince. He's Arthas. They love him. They don't know about this. Uther then looked around and nodded. There was a look of pain flickering in his eyes. Aye. He's always been good to the men who serve him. But, Jaina, do you know where he might have taken them? I told him it sounded like a trap. I begged him not to go. Where? Northrend. He's gone to Northrend, to hunt Mal'Ganis. Damn that boy! I must inform the king. I tried to stop him. I failed. Don't be too hard on yourself. I failed. Maybe I could have done something else. Said something else. But that moment's in the past, and my choices cannot be undone. You and I need to look to the future now, Jaina. We had nothing to do with this slaughter. Thank you for telling me where he's going. I feel like I've betrayed him again. You may have saved him, Jaina, and all the men that are in ignorance to what he's become. What he's become? He's still Arthas, Uther. Yeah, but he made a dreadful choice. One I'm not sure he can come back from. Just come away from this place, Jaina. No, not yet. I'm not ready. Alright then, right be with you. Jaina then gave Uther the biggest smile she could muster, and watched as he strode off. Arthas was definitely going to view this as yet another betrayal from her, but if Uther was right, and this would save Arthas' life, she could live with that. Jaina then continued to do what she'd come to Stratholme to do in the first place. Make sure that she understood the depth of what had happened in this city, and make sure she never forgot the true horror of it. What happened here should never become just another footnote in the history books. But soon after Uther had departed, a raven appeared, and although it was probably going to start picking at the bodies, which was deeply offensive, Jaina decided not to shoo it away. It was only doing what its nature told it to, except it wasn't, because its shape then began to shift, and it transformed into a bloke. You. The dead in this land might lie still for the time being, but don't be fooled. Your prince is only going to find death in the cold north. Arthas is only doing what he believes to be right. Yeah, and as great as that is, he's still wrong. It falls to you now, young sorceress. Me. Antonidas dismissed me. Tyrannus and Arthas as well. Both rulers of men and masters of magic have decided to remain blissfully ignorant. But I think you might be different. Lead your people west, to the ancient lands of Kalimdor. Only there can you combat the shadow and save this world from the flame. I will do as you say, but it will take time to gather them all, make them believe me. I wouldn't take too long, to be honest. There's not a lot of time left, but I have to try. Yeah, whatever. Do what you want. Just don't take too long. The hourglass empties swiftly, and delay could be deadly. Jaina nodded, but she was pretty overwhelmed. There were so many people she was going to need to talk to, but specifically, she needed to go and speak to Antonidas as soon as possible. He may not have listened to this weird prophet guy, but surely he'd listen to her. The prophet's form shifted back into a raven again, and his wings kind of slapped Jaina in the face as he flew past. And although it was weird that he'd done that, it was even weirder that the lingering smell of the raven was not that of worms or smoke or death. It smelled of hope. whatever hope smells like. And we're leaving it there! So, in the next video, Arthas' fleet lands at Daggercap Bay in Northrend. He bumps into an old friend, and then he hires some mercenaries only to betray them like a jerk. As usual, link in the description if you're interested in buying this book. Also, there's links to my Discord server and my Patreon page too. If you enjoyed this video, like, subscribe, all of that bollocks. And all there's left to say is, thanks for watching, and see ya!